Hey, my name's Riley, and I'm going to be a filmmaker. Lots of stuff to talk about this week. Even though we're still editing Don's short, What Would Jesus Do?
I want to make sure that I'm the best Jesus that I can be.
We met this past week and started to plan a new short based on the idea that I had many years ago in university while listening to a Death Cab for Cutie song. We started this by first mapping out the idea, and I used a mind map software to block out what needs to happen in the order that it should happen, but there's nothing to say that you couldn't just do this on old-fashioned pen and paper. I sent this over to Sean, who is still pretty much the man when it comes to all things script writing, and we chatted about the mood, the direction a little bit. Together we basically roughed out an outline for the script. For our script collaborations, we've been using Celtx, which is some pretty awesome cloud-based script and planning software that has allowed us to do all of this writing together. I can have an idea, add it in, Sean can tweak it, send it back, or vice versa. The Celtx Studio also includes a number of other tools, including storyboarding and index cards, as well as more advanced tools like budgeting and script breakdowns. A script breakdown for us generally happens when the script is locked, meaning as complete as we can make it. We go through the script making note of the technical elements required, as well as any props or visual effects that we'll need to make all the filming happen smoothly. You can also do this by printing your script out and then highlighting the different parts and sections in different colors, like red for props, green for visual effects, that sort of thing. The advantage of doing it in something like Celtx is that it'll track these props and whatnot and allow you to make reports, print out lists of things that you'll need for each scene and each filming day. Would have loved to have this for something like when we filmed Writer's Blocked, as we had a number of quick scenes that all required their own props, different visual effects, and it was actually quite hard to keep track when we filmed one part at a time over the course of a month or so. Once we've done this, I will generally make a shot list as well. And this can be done in Celtx as well, but we haven't really utilized that feature as yet. Instead, we usually opt for the pen and paper. An example, when we filmed Unit 1, I went through the script line by line and section by section, and we wrote out each shot that we would require from start to end. Looking at what was happening in the script and determining whether we wanted a wide shot here, or a close shot here, maybe an over-the-shoulder shot, that sort of thing. I then took that script, printed it out, and labeled each scene with a number. I then grabbed that shot list and reordered each shot based on the setting. So all shots that were upstairs in the loft were then grouped together, or if we were in our community center, they were grouped together. I labeled them with an appropriate scene number that I just laid out on that script. Being that you often shoot things out of order, you may have a shot list that contains consecutive shots from multiple scenes. Again, using Unit 1 as the example, we shot all of the shots that happened upstairs all at once. Because we did the same kind of shot over and over and over again with many people, we actually set up the shot from Anna's point of view and then shot everyone from that angle. We then reset the camera and the lighting facing the other angle and then shot all of that again. Each one of these shots was technically from a different scene, so the slate would have read something like 1A for the wide shot of Sean coming up the stairs, 1B for the medium shot of Sean coming up the stairs, 1C for the reverse wide, and 1E for his phone insert, that sort of thing. And then we would have gone on for 2A for Dawn, and 2B for the reverse of Dawn, and 2C for the closer shot, and 3A for Andrew, and so on and so forth. So basically, our shot list looks something like this. Now, because we had the shot list and then we'd laid it out, we could just go down the list and grab everything that we needed in an efficient manner. We could do this with minimal camera and lighting setups, and then we ensured that we got all the shots that we needed. Now, coming back to the new script idea in last week's meeting, Sean and I had essentially laid out the framework for the script beforehand, and we brought this to the group to get other opinions and ideas on the characters' motivations and things like that. We then took all of that and we left it with Sean and his EDM playlist to do his genius. By the end of the night, he had essentially laid out the better part of the script, complete with dialogue and setting and all the rest of it. We did a quick read through and then Sean tweaked the script based on what we had read, and then we were able to essentially lock the script by the end of the meeting. Super slick, super simple, super easy. I was so excited about the script that I essentially wanted to film it right away. Looking at schedules of people and whatnot, we tentatively decided that we could attempt the bulk of the filming this coming Tuesday and Wednesday in the evenings. Allie, who we cast basically on a spot because she's awesome, was free, and well, this is why we fell into the scheduling nightmare that is a group of talented folks who are all doing many cool things. Literally, the moment we started working on casting the film, we really immediately ran into the issues of the scheduling. I spent the better part of Wednesday morning just typing out, trying to hash out when people were available and who could act and who could crew it and things like that. All of which led us to realize that we need some sort of scheduling or availability system, something that we could put all of our availabilities into, and at a glance we could say, hey, Sean, Dawn, and Allie, and Shannon are all available on Tuesday at 3 o'clock. We should film then. The obvious answer, I guess, is Google Calendar, except Google Calendar is really great at tracking when you're booked, not necessarily when you're free. I mean, I guess the obvious answer is to put your appointment in as your availability, that sort of thing. But we wondered if there was other better solutions. We looked at other things like doodle.com, which is great if you have a few dates and times that you're proposing, and then people can like vote on them and then decide which one is the best one for them. We also looked at other options like Basecamp. It seems far too complicated for what we're up to at this exact point in time, plus some of that functionality is already actually duplicated in Celtx. Essentially, we haven't found out what's best yet, so we're just using the Google Calendar and calling it good. If you have any suggestions about things that we should check out, some awesome software or anything like that, go ahead and let us know. You can click here, you can let us know in the comments, that sort of thing. All of that scheduling stuff set aside, basically we came up with a filming time on the 12th of September. We are doing a read-through tonight with Ali and Tim just to have fun with that and go through some of the blocking, things that way. I hope to have it storyboarded and the script broke down by the end of the week. Now, for the short, we obviously needed a place to film it. I had thought about the river area near Capilano Fish Hatchery, but after checking it out, it didn't offer a grandiose bridge shot that we were looking for. So Corbin and I did some more scouting. I just clambered down a very precarious hill, which would be brilliant to film Patrick walking down, and we climbed down to this. We also have a couple of new scripts from Dawn that are pretty awesome. The one is a slightly complicated production requiring a room full of well-dressed intellectuals and perhaps some disappearing architectural features. So that might be a bit out of our range right now, but we always like a challenge. Noah has come up with a great idea about pissing people off for a bite of a Whopper that I really want to explore at this week's meeting. A couple ideas that I've had for a while and a couple new ideas. That's all. That's all you get on that. The Pretentious Art film is still trucking along. Sean and I are pretty close to nailing out the complete rough script. We did have a read-through with what we have with the ever-lovely Abigail last week, and I'm liking where this is going.
I just don't want this to become our spot.
If all goes to plan, we should be able to start filming maybe in early fall. That's pretty much it. That's a pretty big weekly update, but that's where we're at. So, do you want to join us? We're having a meeting this Wednesday. Come join us for our meeting this Wednesday. We'll have some coffee, maybe, I don't know, some tea. I like tea. Tea is fun. Come join us. We'll feed you some beverages, maybe even alcoholic ones. Beer. I could bring beer. Coffee, tea, beer. Come join us. You can totally join us for all of our shenanigans. Go ahead and click here and you sign up for our mailing list, which we're going to start sending out someday. Follow us on Twitter. We are at p.rocket. You can follow me on Twitter at jerkwithacamera. As always, we are on Facebook. You can follow us at facebook.com/polka.rocket, or me personally, facebook.com/thejerk. And if you'd like to join us, send us a message there. Click here, sign up for our mailing list. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. All kinds of fun things. Seriously, we want to have your crazy ideas mixed with our crazy ideas, and then we'll have like some sort of like supermoto crazy idea monster that's combined of multiple crazy ideas like Thundercats or something. Yeah. So Thundercats that combine together to create a bigger Thundercat? I don't know. Like Thundercats. We can be like Thundercats. That's basically what I'm saying. So go ahead, click here, sign up for a mailing list, or join us. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on Facebook. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Facebook. You can find all of our shenanigans at our YouTube channel. Find us on... Ouch. Why am I getting shivved by pine needles?